Hi there, I just want to do a little talk. As you can see, I'm doing this video in my room. I'm usually looking up to see the clock, but I'll have to keep checking the time on this thing because I'm not used to this. But as I'm doing this more and more, I'll get used to it and probably get a clock at some stage. I want to talk about what I'm going through. Regarding my spiritual awakening, it's just constant growth. That's what it is. Constant. As soon as you have a spiritual awakening, it's super fast. That's basically what's happening, and we basically say the same things. Spiritual awakened people, because it's the same information, you see. And so if ever someone says like that's not true or whatever, what I say to them is go and look up people from thousands of years ago, because basically they were saying the same thing. Because I did this a few years into my awakening. I knew it was a spiritual experience, but excuse me, I didn't know what it really was. I didn't know if it was that it was a spiritual awakening. I just knew that it was a spiritual experience. And I was like, why did this happen to me? And so a few years into it, I looked up, on YouTube, online, people with similar experiences, and then I found out about the global awakening and about, the mission and stuff and that. And now I follow a few channelers' pages, and they bring through beings from other realities that are more ascended, and they talk about the awakening. So that's what it's all about. It's a global ascension process. That's what's going on. It's a global awakening. And regarding me, I've been going through a lot of energy changes lately. Information is energy. That's what is ascending my energy. Is what's happening is, as you're going more within yourself, the self-suggestions that I say to myself are becoming more evolved because I'm going deeper within. And so the I am self-suggestions that I do all the time ascend themselves. And so you get like a higher leveled one. And that's something else I want to talk about in this video, higher level. Higher or lower, sorry. Higher or lower does not mean better. You've been confused. Better or worse does not exist. But there's higher levels of consciousness. Lower levels of consciousness. But the lower levels of consciousness is just an experience. It's all divine, you see. So that means there's no better or worse, but there's higher levels of consciousness. That's just something I wanted to reveal. And standing up, that's something I've been doing a lot lately. That's something I was first doing when I first had my awakening. I was this energy in me, this divine thing was getting me to stand up. And I've seen people speak about this before. I've seen people like motivational speakers say this, and they say that you should stand up and stuff, and that's basically what I was getting guided on when I first awakened. It wasn't allowing me to sit down, because when we sit down, we get told to sit down from as early as 3, 4, and 5, and from an early age to dumb you down, to bring there's a time for relaxation, but people sit down too much. I do it, but not as much now. I'm practicing this walking around now, and that's what I'm practicing more and more. And that's the way we should be. I once seen a person. I was watching this TV program, and this, it was. I don't watch a lot of TV, but this person said it true. We shouldn't ever sit down. But that's done for a reason. It's to dumb you down so that they can feed you their perceptions. That's why I say our thoughts are not our own thoughts. You see, thoughts are manipulated by your education, which comes from your schooling. If you control education, then you control perception, and then you control the world. It's very, very simple. And I've been shown this by this awakening step by step, about reality and stuff of that nature. That's basically what I've been shown. Just getting a drink of juice. And as you can see, I'm growing a little Mohican. I'm going to let it grow, actually. I think it might look quite cool. I was messing around with spray paint the other day, as you can see too. I'm very creative. That's what the spiritual awakening has done as well. It's actually made me more creative. I believe that as a musician, I'm actually improving more because I am more creative. I can just like sit down by myself or stand up, whatever, and just continually have great inspiration. Say words continually. Before my awakening, words when I was writing songs were hard to find that inspirational word. Now they go continually. And everyone has this power. It's within you, you see. That's all I'm doing. People in the lower dimensions are a little bit threatened of awakened people. They think that we don't think we're better than you. We're not. It's just that we have had an experience that has basically showed us the truth and that within you is the answer. But people, until they're shown this truth, a lot of them don't have faith. It's faith you've got, real confidence. And that real confidence is allowing me to believe that I can go within and that I am one. And as you're doing this, you're seeing more evidence, you see. The deeper you go within yourself, you're seeing evidence. And that's what's given me confidence. I'm not naturally confident as a person, naturally. It's because the reason I've gained confidence is because of this thing. Continual evidence I get shown of things. I see things from myself, and then I'm like, okay, I get visions of things before they happen. That's happened since the awakening. I have visions of things. It's just to protect me, and I get visions of my future as well and things I'm feeling, and they've never been wrong. Before this awakening, I posted on Facebook, I think yesterday, I was really depressed. And the awakening came in peak depression. It was the worst depression I ever had, and I gave up basically. And it was like my soul intervened, and that's what happened to me. It saved me and it picked me up. When I was broken, my mind shattered when I awakened because I seen what this reality is. I seen what it really was, and it was too much. And mind broke completely had a total breakdown, and then I had to recover from that. But this peak fear didn't go away, and then I became one with the fear. And then now I've ascended, and what you realise is that once you become one with the dark, you find the light. Once you're not afraid of the dark anymore, once you're not afraid of all the things that you're afraid of, then you become the light. And that's just what happened to me. Anyway, I think I'll just end it pretty soon. This is a new experience for me, completely unknown, standing up. But I might do this. I probably will do this more and more. Sometimes sitting down, but I think I'll do this more and more. If you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.